Hardly anybody would deny that there is a worldwide diabetes epidemic ravaging millions of men, women, and children these days. In America, some suggest that half our population is either diabetic or pre-diabetic, and things are not getting any better. What's behind it? What's the answer? I'm going to be demonstrating both the cause and the cure in the following video, but I'll be doing it in a different way than usual. In this video, I want to portray the source of the diabetes epidemic through a granny and her grandson. Benedict and I have put together a little skit for you to illustrate the reason diabetes is raging throughout our world and devouring millions. And by the way, I'll be making my singing debut on YouTube in this little skit, so that'll be worth the price of admission all by itself. I think you'll enjoy it. But after the skit is over, I'm going to come back and talk to you for a few minutes about the diabetes epidemic, the problems it's causing, and the answer that will turn this scourge around. And I'll also share one piece of good news about this terrible epidemic. That's right, as bad as it is, if you look at the situation with a little thought and insight, you'll realize that this rise of diabetes in our nation and in our world actually comes pre-packed with some really good news. And what is that? Well, stick around.
Oh, poor Danny, I have to go and see my grandson. He has not been eating right lately. He has entered into this internet course. I don't know what it is, but I have to go and see him and then fix him some things. He has to eat right. I don't know why he has not really eaten his carbohydrates. Watching these people on YouTube, and lately I have not seen him. I'm just going to see him and make sure that he is all right. Oh, poor thing, poor Danny.
Who in the world could that be? Granny, it's good to see you. Come on in. Come on in.
How are you doing, my boy?
It is Merry Christmas, Granny.
Merry Christmas to you,
Oh,
dear.
it is great to see you, little
Good
Granny.
to see you, too.
Haven't seen you in a long time.
Good to see you, poor Danny.
You haven't visited me in a long time.
I know, Danny boy. Granny has been sick lately, waist pain, leg pain, all the cramps going on. It has been like, yeah. How
Poor
are you
Granny.
doing?
Well, I'm doing fine. So, is there any special reason, or you just wanted to see your favorite grandson?
Well, I came to see my favorite grandson, and at the same time, I had to know, and I have been hearing lately that you have entered into, internet, whatever that is, and then I said, okay, let me come and see my grandson if he is well with him. I heard that you've not been eating.
Oh, Granny, let's sit down. We can talk about it. It's an exciting story.
Granny's just right here to fix you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Granny, let's just get you in this chair and you can tell me what's on your mind. I don't want Granny to be upset about anything, especially concerning
Danny
me.
boy, that is so good of you.
Yeah, so I've only got one Granny and you're it. So I want you to be in great health and state of mind. What's troubling you, Granny? What
is really troubling me, Danny boy, is like you have not really been eating. Look at you. You have lost a lot of weight. And I heard that you are into this YouTube calls, and I don't know what that is, but I have come to fix you right back up because Granny got you. I heard that you've not been eating your carbs, and Danny boy, Granny raised you right. Well, I have been giving you all your potato chips. I have been giving you all your mashed potatoes, candy. I have been giving you your bread.
But Granny, I found out that those things really aren't good for you.
Says who?
Well,
100 years ago, 200 years ago, everybody has been eating all this and they are living. And then you are so out of it. What has happened to you?
Granny, let me tell you, I've been watching a couple on it's called Beat Diabetes on
Beat
YouTube.
what?
Beat Diabetes. Smash Diabetes. Listen.
They've been beating you up?
No. Listen now. It's a strange couple. There's this old white dude and this beautiful black lady. They're married, kind of an odd couple. And they have, and this black lady is very pretty, but she has a very thick accent. You have to kind of strain your ears a little bit to hear what she's saying. But,
really?
Yeah, but anyway, they've helped me so much. I've lost weight. My A1C has come down. My fasting glucose is better. I'm telling you, Granny, I feel better than I ever have.
No, Danny boy. You see, Granny is here to fix you right back up. You need to eat Granny's special cookie.
Okay.
And I brought you some, this is Granny's special cookie, homemade Granny cookie. And you have to eat this, Danny boy, because don't worry, Granny is here to fix you up. I got a whole lot of things for you. Just eat that, boy, eat that. Poor thing, eat up.
But Granny, these cookies are loaded with sugar, and sugar's not good for you. These will raise my blood sugar very high.
It makes it sweeter. It's good for you. Eat up.
I know that you've grown up on cookies and you've been giving cookies to all your grandchildren, but I can't do it, Granny. I just cannot eat your cookies anymore. I've learned a few things and they just affect my blood sugar too much. I can't eat those cookies, Granny.
You know, Danny boy, I am so concerned. Now you don't eat your granny's cookies anymore.
I'm sorry.
It's homemade, dear boy.
I know.
Okay. You know, I know what is good for you. I'm gonna fix you right back up.
Oh, you're gonna fix me?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I need fixing, but feel free to try.
I have to go and make you a good handful sandwich.
I don't know about that.
I know about that. This is what Danny boy needs right now, and this will fix him right back up.
Granny, what do you have here?
Danny boy, this is a jelly sandwich made by me, your grandma. This is all you need right now because this is gonna fix you right back up.
I need this jelly sandwich?
Yes.
Look at this, Granny.
Eat up.
Look at this, Granny.
Eat up, Danny boy.
You see this white bread?
Oh.
That's just loaded with sugar molecules, and when it goes into my stomach, it becomes sugar. And this jelly, that nasty old jelly, is loaded with sugar. And when I eat this, do you know what's going to happen to my blood sugar? It's going to go through the roof, Granny, through the roof. How could you give me such a terrible sandwich?
Oh, Granny loves you. Why would I give you one that would not be good for you?
Well, I know you love me, Granny, but you love me in ignorance. You don't really know what's good. I know you grew up eating jelly sandwiches and eating all kinds of sugary foods and carbs. But Granny, the research is showing that's the worst possible thing we could eat.
Oh, this is what everybody have been eating. I don't know why you are getting off of all the good food that we've been eating. Granny raised you right. I've been giving you this. You've been eating it, Danny boy.
When I watched that Beat Diabetes YouTube channel, my eyes got open, Granny.
Beat what?
The Beat Diabetes.
Where are they?
I'm telling you, they straightened me out.
Where are they?
They're on YouTube. I think they come from Texas somewhere. But it doesn't matter where they are. The point is, they have a lot of good things to say.
Oh.
Sit down, Granny. Just sit down and relax yourself, and let's try to have a nice conversation and visit. You're getting all stressed out with all these carbs and sugars. So, Granny, I do appreciate you. I love you. You know I love you.
I love you too,
I used to love those jelly sandwiches you made for me when I was a boy. Nobody could make a jelly sandwich like Granny.
I know, right?
But things have changed, and I just don't think I can eat those kind of things anymore.
Okay. Danny boy, one other thing I have for you is since you didn't eat the sandwich.
Is it a piece of celery?
No, what is that?
An avocado?
No, not avocado.
Oh.
This is called peach pie.
Peach pie.
Perfect peach pie. It is good for you.
Eat
it.
This is one of your homemade peach pies?
Homemade, I tell you.
Wow, this was so nice that you put all the ingredients on there and the percentages.
And I bought it and then I kept it at home and then it turned homemade.
It became homemade, right?
Yeah, it turned to homemade.
Well, I tell you what, Granny, it looks great.
Great.
But you know what? When I look at the carbs on here, carbohydrate, you know what I'm saying? It says 48 grams of carbs. Oh. That is more carbs than a candy bar, most candy bars.
Oh.
Not only do you have the fruit inside, but I'm sure they've added sugar. Yeah, they've added sugar to the fruit that already had sugar, and then they coated it with a white flour crust that's going to turn into more sugar. So between the fruit sugar, the added sugar, and the crust made out of wheat that's going to turn into more sugar, this is a nightmare for diabetics. It just can't work for me. I can't eat a single piece of it, Granny.
Danny boy, inside this thing is full of fruits, peach. And fruit is so good for your body, Danny boy. It's full of fruits. Eat it. You know what I'm talking about. It's made with fruit. It's loaded with peach. It's fruit. Fruit is good for your body.
But if I really wanted a peach, I'd just eat a peach by itself. It'd be many less carbs than this concoction. But I just don't. I can't eat it.
Oh, Danny boy, you have just lost your mind. You have totally lost your mind. Come here.
What?
Hello? Anybody home?
Yes, Granny, I'm home. And I haven't lost my mind. I've come to understand that men and women are not made to eat all the carbs that we eat. We're just not made to it. Not made for that. So, Granny, maybe you'll understand better if I sang you a song. Would you like me to sing you a song, Granny?
Will make me feel better and you eat all my food that I brought?
Well, I don't know about the eating, but hopefully you'll understand some things.
Maybe it will make me feel better. You can sing for me.
Okay. Granny, we've got trouble. I say we've got trouble. Trouble with a capital T, and that rhymes with C, and that stands for carbs. Carbs, I say, not just America, but in India, in Africa, in Asia, in the South Americas. The whole world, Granny, has got trouble. I say we've got trouble with a capital T, and that rhymes with C, and that stands for carbs.
Are you okay, Danny boy?
Let me ask you this. When we send our little children to school, do we pack for them in their little lunch boxes salmon and avocado and a salad? No, Granny, we don't pack healthy foods. We give them a white bread sandwich, Granny, a white bread sandwich. And we give them chips, Granny, chips. And little Debbies, and send our little tots to school. And they jam those carbs into their little mouths. And it spoils their little bodies. Granny, we've got trouble. I say we've got trouble. Trouble with a capital T, and that rhymes with C, and that stands for, say it, Granny. Carbs, that's it, Granny. Let me tell you, our world is singing a song. Our whole world is singing a song, and it's the wrong song. Would you like to know what song our world is singing? What evil, wicked, nasty song our world is singing? Would you like to know, Granny?
I'm not sure.
Let me give it to you straight. Corn chips and hash browns and pretzels and bagels, donuts and fruit pies and hot baked potatoes, Cocoa Puffs, pancakes, and pie with ice cream. These are a few of our favorite things. When the hunger strikes, when the belly growls, when we're feeling low. We simply remember our favorite carbs, and then we are good to go. Do you get it, Granny? Do you see the problem?
I don't see it.
You don't see it? Let me give you a second verse. Brownies and bread rolls and biscuits with gravy, fruit pies and Pop-Tarts piled high on my table. With Pepsis and Colas, I feel like a king. These are a few of our favorite things. When the hunger strikes, when the belly growls, when we're feeling low, we simply remember our favorite carbs, and then we are good to go. What do you think? That's the song America's singing. It's not a good song, Granny. It's not to cheer. It's not a good song. You're still not getting it, are you?
There's no problem with this.
You're still not getting it. Well, I'm going to have to sing you a third verse. Are you ready for a third verse?
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. A third verse.
A third verse, here we go. White bread and jelly and thousands of French fries, cookies and snack cakes and sugary moon pies, constantly grazing and shuffling it in. Carbs are where diabetes begins. When the hunger strikes, when the belly growls, when we're feeling low, we simply remember our favorite carbs, and then we are good to go.
Yay!
Do you get what we're saying, Granny? Do you really?
I don't get it.
I've given you all that I have to give. I've sung all that I have to sing. I've tried to show you that America and the whole world is singing the wrong song. We're just shuffling those carbohydrates in. We're drowning in an ocean of carbs. Have I made you a convert? Do you believe now?
Not yet. The whole thing is really making me get more confused. I will think about it. And yeah.
Okay, well, let me encourage you. Go home, get on the internet, type in Beat Diabetes, watch those guys.
I don't know how to do the internet thing. I have no idea what the internet is.
Maybe somebody can help you, Granny. Maybe somebody can help you. Ask a neighbor, ask the mailman, ask your pastor. Just find somebody. I need help. Just say it, Granny. I need help.
I need help.
Say it again.
I need help.
Exactly.
I need help.
Oh, Granny, it's okay. It's okay. Well, I thank you for coming and visiting.
Okay.
And we'll get together again sometime.
Okay, Danny boy. In everything, just know that Granny loves you.
Oh, I love you, Granny.
Me too.
You're my favorite Granny in the whole world.
Oh, I know. Okay, I have to be going now, Danny boy. I will come back soon, and then we shall have another Granny moment.
Oh, I love Granny moments. Love Granny moments.
You.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe you can bring some avocados. A big salad.
Where are they? I'll have to be going now. Hello.
Yes. May I help you, ma'am?
Hey, Danny boy, you don't recognize your grandma. I am your grandma.
Granny, is that really you?
Yeah, this is your granny.
I can't believe it.
Believe it, this is me.
What in the world has happened to you?
Let me come inside so that we talk about it.
All right, let's talk about it. You don't even look like Granny.
I know, right? I did a lot of changes and then I changed all of a sudden.
Wow, I can't believe it. You look like you've lost 30 years.
I know, right?
Well, let's go sit down and we'll talk about it, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Granny, you gotta tell me, what in the world have you been doing to look like this?
Oh, I have been watching this couple that you told me about on Beat Diabetes on YouTube.
Oh, the Beat Diabetes couple, yeah.
Yeah, those couple, they're sharp. That lady is beautiful.
Isn't she beautiful? And the man?
The man is handsome
and smart. Very smart.
Very smart.
And so that's been helping you.
That has been helping me. I've been watching them every day, like bench watching them, and everything they've been, doing. I kind of followed it step by step, and checking my blood sugar, checking everything I eat, and make sure I keep it low carb and low sugar or no sugar, low carb, no sugar, and it has been helping me. Look at your granny. Kind of took away like 30 years off of me. I am a new granny. Really.
This is amazing.
Amazing.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get in touch with that diabetes guy and see if he wants to interview you, because you would be an amazing interview.
No, I don't know about that.
1 month and look what's happened to you.
1 month, I kind of changed.
Wow.
It kind of amazes me. When I, look at myself on the mirror, I'll be like, whoa, is that me? And then I look back the other picture, I'll be like, whoa, who is that?
Now, before when you came about a month ago,
Yeah.
and I sang those songs about what's wrong with America and how we're just shuffling in those carbs constantly.
I know.
I think, Granny, we need to sing a new song.
A new song.
A song about the way we should be eating.
Okay, I am all for it.
And you know what? If we do it, let's sing the song. Let's throw up a camera and record ourselves.
Oh.
Maybe we'll get on YouTube and a few people will watch us. What do you think?
I'm not very good at that singing thing, and I don't think anybody will want to watch us, really. I don't know what you're talking about that singing thing, but...
I mean, if we could get, 5 or 10 people to watch us, that'd make us feel kind of like YouTube stars, right?
Okay, Granny, I don't mind being on that YouTube thing.
We could call it Denny and Granny.
Denny and Granny, yeah!
Let's do it, Granny. Let's sing a song and throw it on YouTube and see if anybody will watch us.
Yeah, I am. Let's do it.
All right. Salmon and omelets and handfuls of almonds, cheeses and salads and ripe avocados, low-carb tortillas and cauliflower rice. When I slash carbs, I am feeling so nice. When my glucose spikes, when my nurse frowns, when I'm overwhelmed, I simply remember to keep my carbs low, to lay off those chips and to keto I'll go, and then I will be just fine. Well, we realize that we're probably never going to be Broadway stars, but we had fun. Hope you did. And Benedict and I want to say to you, Merry Christmas! And remember, Jesus is the reason for the season.
As you're celebrating with your family and your loved ones this season, remember to keep it low carbs and no sugar.
Amen.
Amen to that.
Okay, a little corny to be sure, but behind the silliness there was a point, and I hope you got it. But in case you didn't, let me put it to you plainly. Our world is drowning in an ocean of carbohydrates, and not just carbohydrates, but the very worst kinds of carbs, refined, highly processed carbs, and most of them come loaded with added sugar. And it is killing us. Living on bad carbs and way too many carbs, we're overdosing. A high-carb diet is causing our insulin levels to soar. Millions of people are living from year to year with constantly high insulin levels, with 5 times or 10 times as much insulin surging through their bloodstream as normal. Now, your body was made to use insulin for sure, but it wasn't made for that much insulin. The result is insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular problems, and diseases of all kinds. Also, incredibly high triglycerides, high blood pressure, obesity, fatty liver, fatty pancreas, kidney failure, terrible circulation, and a host of other issues. People today are literally poisoning themselves with carbohydrates. It's not that eating carbohydrates is wrong or evil, but eating them at the level we do, and as much as we do, and in the terrible, highly processed form that we do, and with added sugar, we are killing ourselves. Researchers have labeled diabetes, heart disease, and high blood pressure as diseases of civilization. The diet that modern civilizations prefer is the worst possible diet for maintaining health and avoiding diabetes. The cure is obvious. Just stop. Cut your carbs way down, eat more fat and protein, and you'll be amazed at how much healthier you'll be. Your A1C will come down, your fasting glucose will come down, you'll lose weight, your blood pressure will be better, your triglycerides will improve dramatically. It is amazing what happens when you just stop abusing yourself and poisoning yourself. Now, I said at the beginning that the diabetes epidemic in our world actually contains some good news. And the good news is this. If rates of diabetes can go higher in various nations, then there must be some lifestyle factor or factors that are making that rate go up. If diabetes afflicted a steady 3% of the world, and it has always affected 3% of the world, and if Africa has a 3% diabetes rate, and America has a 3% diabetes rate, and Europe has a 3% diabetes rate, and we've always had a 3% diabetes rate in the 1500s and in the 1700s and today, then we would have to assume that this disease is totally genetic and there's not a thing anybody could do about it. We could just hope we're one of the lucky 97% that don't get it. But the rate of diabetes is not at all constant. 150 years ago, very few Americans suffered from diabetes. Very few Africans suffered with it. Very few Europeans had diabetes. Today, it is rampant all over the world. So there must be some lifestyle factors that are making this rate explode exponentially. And of course, there are. And all the research is indicating that the primary factor that determines diabetes is diet. Civilized people who love to eat sweet pastries, sugary scones, donuts, white bread, pie, and cake, and so forth, have rates of diabetes that our great-great-grandfathers could not even imagine. So the good news is this. If lifestyle and diet are responsible for diabetes, then lifestyle and diet are the way to overcome diabetes. Make sense? And the low-carb, high-fat, or moderate-fat diet is the diet that works best to crush diabetes and get your numbers down in a hurry. Well, that's it for now. Hope you found this helpful and maybe a little entertaining. And a word to you, music and record producers, please do not contact me and try to persuade me to do an album for you. I just don't have the time. All right, I'm kidding about that. Okay, God bless. See you again soon.